It's Wild 94.1, wild941.com, Joey Franchize, Poppy Shampoo, here with the lovely DJ Megan Ryte. How weird is it for you to like, because you do radio and like to be interviewed. You've interviewed people, but now you're the one being interviewed.
You know what? I'm actually about to interview you. Can you please tell me Poppy Shampoo? Can we discuss that? That is hilarious.
Very long story, but I'll shorten it up. Growing up, my cousins used to always make fun of me because I'd always be decked out. Like I'd always be fresh. Like we could be playing basketball and my shirt had to match my shorts. Like if I had a Jordan shirt on, it had to be Jordan shorts with Jordan sneakers. And it's like, you say, like, man, this dude's like Poppy Shampoo out here, man. It's like, yo, man, just be out here playing ball. Like, you ain't got to be that fresh.
I was going to say, it doesn't have anything to do with the hair.
Yeah, no, obviously, because there is none. So, but I guess the Dominican reference to it is like, I guess it's like a sugar daddy.
Yeah, okay,
I'm far from that.
Okay.
I'm far from that. I live a calculated
ladies,
lifestyle.
All right.
Ladies, I live a very calculated lifestyle. That's definitely not the one, Poppy Shampoo, I'm living out. So, but yeah, we here. So yeah, how does it feel? Like you got a record out right now. You teamed up with Tory Lanez.
I'm super excited. It's my first single. I'm on Interscope Records, and you know, just with the timing, you know, as DJs, we think about stuff like that. We'd be like, this is a summer record. This record would be perfect for here, for there. So when I came across this one, I started working on this one. I was like, yo, this is going to be my first single because it's perfect for the weather, for the summer. It could be like a summer anthem. And so I called up Tory Lanez, and I actually was the first person to play Say It, his first single on the radio. So I've known Tory for a while because I lived in Houston for a while. Okay. And his manager, Sasha, is from Houston. Or from the Texas area. So I knew about Tory from back then, way before he popped. So we have a really good relationship. That's a good friend of mine. And he was like, yo, Meg, like, I'm going to help you with your first single. You help me with mine. Let's do this. And then Hood Celebrity had Walking Trophy. We just started playing it. And I'm like, yo, she's hometown. Like, let's do this. Let's get it together. And we made it happen. And now we're here. And
it's a great record too.
Thank you. Thank you.
I always think it's awesome when I see like, you know, fellow DJs like actually go out and create, you know, music with these artists that obviously we built relationships with over the years. And it's beautiful because you only see like, you know, the kind of people paved the way, obviously Flex and Clue and, you know, Khaled's doing this thing. So it's good to see a female now in that role kind of doing her thing. Do you kind of look at yourself as like, I could be like that level just like for the female, like the first lady of all this?
You know what's crazy is that we looked like, I want to give a big shout out to DJ Enough. Your friend too.
Yeah,
that's
the homie, man.
I was jealous. I was like, oh, yo, you gonna go see Joey without me? Like, really? No, but we were looking, because he's executive producing my project, you know, because Enough is OG. He's been doing it for a minute. And we looked and we weren't able to find like any other like women. Not that women DJ haven't put out records, but to be signed to like a major label and doing an album, like, so I'm like honored, you know, and I feel like this is an amazing time, and it's an amazing time for women in general, just to be able to, you know, kind of step out on our own and do our thing. Like I look at like Cardi is a big example of that. You know, a lot of times back traditionally, you kind of had to be associated with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like Lil' Kim was a part of, you know, Bad Boy, like Junior Mafia, like it was a thing, you know? Remy was with Terror Squad when she first came out. Nicki with, you know, Young Money. And so now we're kind of in a space where it's like we can come out and do things on our own, you know? And not have to be, not that we don't have help or we don't have a team, but it's just like, you know, I think we're in a good space, you know, for hip hop and in general. And I'm just excited to put stuff out and see what we can do.
Now, this is kind of a new thing for you as far as, you know, being signed to a major label, but you've also worn many hats in radio.
Yeah,
so
you know how that is.
Yeah, trust me, I know how that is. So how has that prepared you to kind of get ready for what to expect?
You know what? I've lived in a lot of places. You know, I'm a radio baby. I think radio, I think hit records. So when I'm putting this project together, I'm doing a couple things. As a DJ, you know, we could hear something and be like, yo, that's fire. Like, so I'm going to co-produce some records, but I'm A&Ring like the whole thing. So it's like, if I hear something, if somebody sends me something and I'm like, yo, that's fire. I'm like, I want that. Let me put it together. Like I can hear something and know who should be on it, how it should sound. You know, I just was in the studio and I was working on some hooks. You know what I'm saying? Like I've used my ear to help get this project together. And it's crazy though, is like before I decided to do this, I have like a lot of, we have friends that are artists, and I've guided them too. Right. I'm like, yo, you need to link with this person, or I'm listening to their projects and I'm like, this needs to be your next single, and then you need to follow up with this. So instead of like, doing it for other people, I'm like, let me do it for myself, Right. And the fact that I've lived in so many different places, I know like what will work in certain markets. So I know like the challenges I'll have with certain records and how I want to like help promote it. Exactly. So it has its pros and cons though, because I'm driving Interscope crazy.
Yeah, I bet.
I'm driving them crazy because
Shout
it's like
Karen.
Yeah, because it's like they don't, normally the artists don't know because they don't come from this side, but there'll be other things that they know that I don't know. But this, right. I'm like, I got this. So I'm driving them crazy. I'm like, who's on? Is Joey playing my record? Get Joey on the phone.
Because the game. Yeah, you know the game. And a lot of these artists are like not hip to the radio stuff. Yeah. So it's like the fact that you already had that knowledge prior.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like
But I have had to learn about the digital streaming.
Yeah, and that's a whole new monster.
That's a whole new monster. And it was important for me. So I actually went, I went to Spotify, to Apple, to Tidal. I was like, explain to me how this works, how I can best improve my chances. I'm like, I want to be as hands-on as possible and get this done. So that is very interesting how that works too. It's like you got to make sure. That's why I think it was a big deal when you got to make sure your song is playlisted correctly, because I'm a new artist, technically, the likelihood for people to search my name at this point is lower because I'm a new artist. So what happens with these playlists is like if you're playlisted correctly, and you're in good spots, people can discover you. Right. So that's kind of like what needs to happen is I need to be in places where I can be discovered. People can be like, oh, okay, I like her and I like her music and stuff like that. So it's very interesting. It is. I'm up for the challenge.
I'm still trying to learn the whole streaming thing, man. But that's dope. That's like that. You're really hands on with this project and the way you are, and actually fishing out to get more info on how to get yourself out there and more on that level.
Yeah.
We here with DJ Megan Ryte holding it down, and she's got this project about to drop. What can we expect on this? Like any more surprises? I mean, I don't want to let too much out the bag.
I don't know. It's like my video is coming out soon. I'm very excited. I'm hoping it'll be out like this week. What I'm gonna do is I have a really, really dope idea for the videos, for the visuals, because I'm a writer too. So it's like I wrote and I directed the video. And what I want to happen is I want if I have an EP that drops and I have like maybe 4 or 5 songs on the EP, you'll be able to watch all the videos back to back, and it'll be like a giant movie.
Like a big movie. That's awesome.
So this is part 1. So the video has, a lot of cameos in it. It kind of sets up the story. And I'm really, really excited about it. So that's going to be coming soon.
One thing I feel might be coming on your album, I'm just taking a guesstimate right now. Is
Take a guess. Tell me, put it in the universe.
A big women anthem?
I want to do that for sure. For sure. I want to do that, and I don't want to force it.
Okay.
I love Remy. Remy is a good friend of mine. I love Cardi. The thing is, too, that I'm learning as I'm doing this, Joey, it's like really annoying. I'm like, oh my God, you guys are working on your projects. What about my project? You have to move around. So it's like if people are like in album mode, the timing has to be right too. Yeah. But I love Kalani.
She's dope.
Like
great energy.
There's an artist that signed to Interscope. Her name is Melly.
Yeah, she's dope.
Melly is from Harlem. She just dropped a record called Icy. I love Melly. Like there is so many people that the timing has to be right, and I want to make sure the record is right.
Right.
So that's definitely going to happen for sure. Now, but it just has to be a right situation for me. You know what I'm saying? Or for everybody in general, Makes
sense. And do you feel like, because like artists like Melly are on your label, is it easier or is it still harder to get with them?
Well, I have a great relationship with Melly. And actually, the person who signed me signed Melly as well. So I think she already did a record for me, actually, and it's amazing. But again, like if I want to, like I like to be in the studio too, with people, because I like to be like to work it from the ground up.
Right.
So, but with that, and when you put a lot of like, different moving pieces, it just has to be like the right situation. So hopefully, we can get into a time, because you got to remember, then artists are on tour. And then they need some time. Oh, you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot that I'm learning, but I'm up for the challenge, and I'm like, let's figure it out. Let's do it. And, just putting it out there. I've been sliding in people's DMs too. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, really?
I'm not afraid to ask.
But you can be.
If you don't ask, you don't. Because it's like, I know a lot of people, but I don't know everybody. So it's like, if you don't ask, then, the worst someone's going to do is tell me no.
Right.
And that's fine. You tell me no now, you're not going to tell me no later. It's fine. It's whatever,
Thanks.
But, I've been sliding in people's DMs, Drake. Drake. I got a record that would be so fire for Drake.
I bet you already got the island vibe going with On and On.
I got a fire record, Drake.
Woo.
But he gonna see it one day.
That's crazy, yo.
Rihanna.
Man, you dropping names
Rihanna,
right now.
I got a fire record for you, Riri. But Rihanna's working on her album too.
Yeah, it's about time. She's been
I'm excited for
3
that.
years since she hasn't dropped any music.
I'm excited for that reggae album. I'm excited.
She's doing all reggae album?
She's doing a reggae album. I'm excited for that. Rihanna,
My
you want to feature
tunes.
Megan Ryte on your record, Rihanna? Let's go.
Boom. Plug it up, girl. Plug it up. And how dope is it too? Like, Summer Jam is probably one of the biggest concerts
so excited
ever
about Summer
in
Jam.
hip hop, in the culture. It's it's like the Super Bowl of concerts.
You know what though? I didn't fully understand it until I went and I was a part of my first Summer Jam, my first year that I was at Hot 97.
Yeah.
And there is no feeling comparable because it's like we go to these festivals, right? But there's not throwing any shade. I love all genres of music, but Summer Jam is 55,000 plus people that are hip hop fans. So you're in a place where people love hip hop, and that's what they're there for. And there is no concert comparable to that. So when I was at my first one, was it like, this is gonna be my fourth one, I believe. I was like, what? Like,
I've yet to experience it. Oh my God.
It's crazy. It's crazy. And then now here we are this year, Megan Ryte and friends on that
lineup.
Stage.
How's that,
yes,
man? That
I'm
lineup?
excited. I'm excited. It's an amazing moment. And
in such a short time too, but being at the station, right? That's huge.
Yeah, I'm just trying to do everything that I can, and I feel like the pieces are like, everything's starting
aligning.
to align. I used to try to we get frustrated and we like try to press certain things, and we're like, I gotta do this and I want to do this, and why isn't this? We'll look at other people. Well, they're doing this and I'm not, and then if you just like take a second and let God all work it out, then it kind of like aligns. And so this is gonna be really cool. So
It feels good, like I said, man. I'm always happy when I see like fellow DJs like actually make it. You know what I mean? That's really awesome. And who are some of your experiences? Is some of your inspirations like growing up, as far as like doing what you do, becoming a DJ?
You talking about DJs, or what's crazy? My biggest problem when I first started is that I was surrounded by so many men, and I remember I used to be afraid to talk on the mic, right? So I was DJing, I learned that first, and then I was like, I gotta go and talk on the mic. So I would go to these clubs and I would hear how men would be talking on the mic. I'm like, I can't say what they're saying. Like, you know how sometimes it be getting a little, so I'm like, how do I do this? How do I figure this out? And then I started looking up. I literally remember getting online and Googling women DJs, and that's when I started to learn, right? And that's when I learned about Beverly Bonds, and when I learned about Coco Chanel, right? I used to have really long nails, and people used to tell me that I had to cut my nails off, because if I didn't cut my nails off, I wouldn't be able to
scratch or anything like that.
And I'm like, Coco could do it, and Coco is nasty.
Yeah, I've seen Coco in action.
Coco is one of the best DJs to this that there is. So that kind of gave me confidence in being myself and not really listening to like what other people were doing. Same with Beverly Bond. Beverly Bond is a to me the definition of somebody who's like, you guys are trying to make me do this, but I'm gonna do what I want to do, and I'm gonna create a lane for myself. Because what I've realized is that's the first thing that people like to say is, you gotta do this because this person did this. Like when I was trying to get my deal, that's what someone was telling me, that I wouldn't be able to do it because I'm not doing it how somebody else was doing it 10 years ago. I'm not trying to do it like how they're doing it. I'm trying to do it like how I'm supposed to do it, right? And it's hard to not get distracted from that. But Beverly was like, I'm not just going to be this. I'm going to do all of these things around it. I remember when Beverly was modeling, You know, she got this show, this Black Girls Rock, like it's a humongous thing. Author, like she's like, I'm not just going to, and she's an amazing, incredible DJ. She's like, I'm creating my own lane, and this is me. So that really inspired me to be like, I could do whatever I want to do. You know, so I really thank them for that and for being. And I just posted something of Coco the other day. Coco over here climbing over turntables and
damn,
what? Yeah, climbing over behind the back. I'm like, all right, let me step it up.
She getting that busy?
Let me step it up, Coco.
That's funny. DJ Megan Ryte, we here. Wild 94.1, wild941.com. And yo, you actually was, you know, you did the tour thing also. You were tour DJ for Anne-Marie.
Yes,
how was that experience?
I was tour DJ for a couple of people. Anne-Marie was my first.
Well, wasn't it Justine Scott also, right?
K. Michelle.
Okay,
I was on the road with The Game for a little bit. I did some spot dates for random people. I was in London with an artist. Like I was a tour DJ for a little while. And again, it was like, I'm a firm believer in if you don't know what you're doing, pretend. And that's how I got started. I had no idea what I was doing. I never toured before. Anne-Marie was at the station. I was like a teenager. And what I started doing is walking artists out of the station because then I could like talk to them. So I'm like, I'm gonna take them out. I'm gonna walk them out. I was like, you got a DJ? She's like, no. And then her manager was like, have you done this before? I'm like, mm-hmm. And so that was the first artist that I DJ for. It was Anne-Marie.
That just opened the door.
I haven't talked to her in a while too, so hopefully I'll run into her.
That's nuts.
See her because I'm like, it's been years.
That is so crazy.
So,
I actually used to do the same thing.
Yeah.
I was literally interning and would literally have to walk because the artists would come through from interviews and Karen will even tell you like. I would walk the artists in to do the interviews and walk them right out and just have conversations and build relationships with them, management and all that. So.
You can't be afraid.
You gotta ask. You gotta talk.
And I realize it's like people have egos, especially men.
Not me. I'm good.
Yeah, some people have, and I get it. You know, it's a characteristic. But I'm like, I'm not afraid. You could tell me no. I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna circle back around. Not gonna hurt me though. You know, just gonna tell you, just because you never know what could happen if you don't ask. You know, so I just try to ask and put myself out there as much as I can and see what kind of sticks, you know?
Right.
Not take it personal because I get it, you know? But you never know. You might just ask and Eminem might be listening and he might be like, hey, Meg, I'm gonna do a record for you.
Megan's got a record for you, man. So when can we expect the project? Are you fully done?
Sure
or are you,
no, I'm not
taking
done.
Your time with it?
I'm still taking my time with it because that's another thing. We gotta be patient because you know, as DJs, we hear a song and we're like, oh, I'm so tired of this song. But you gotta let it grow and it's gotta, happen organically. And because this is my first record, I want it to for people to know it, get a feeling of who I am, and then we're gonna move in the right pace. So I'm gonna be patient. Interscope, I'm gonna be patient.
And it's cool to get that you're giving the records getting support from like all over, from stations all over, and like that's huge. Because it's like I always feel like, have you ever felt this way before? Like, at some point, did you ever like? I'm gonna use Khalid as an example. Is like no other DJ gets played on the radio but Khalid's records. Yeah,
but you know what? Too, we gotta be honest with that too. Sometimes we got these DJ friends sometimes that don't make good records,
right?
And I don't know what it is. Me and Enough, again, we're having that conversation. I feel like Khalid really broke the mold and was like, I'm making hit records. He wasn't the first to do it, but this was like, this is what I'm doing. So I have friends sometimes, and sometimes I'm just like, I don't know about that one, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, because sometimes it's easy. For instance, like it's artists do stuff all the time, right? And I know people want records, right? But I want to try to do it the right way. You can get a verse from somebody that they might have done on a project from like 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Just sitting around.
But if it's not right for right now, or if it's a throwaway, if it's somebody else's throwaway, why you want it? You know what I'm saying? But sometimes people take it, then they're like,
just because it has the name on it.
Then they're like, and then you're like, well, that record's not, it's not it, man. So I think Khalid set the bar really, really high. And he has an amazing ear and he understands hit records, And so I feel like if that's what you're trying to do, not all DJs want to do that, want to do radio records. Not everybody wants to do that. But if that's the lane you're going for and you're looking for radio play, you got to just make sure you're putting out quality,
Of course.
No matter who it is, make sure you're putting out quality,
That's what's up. DJ Megan Ryte, this is an amazing conversation. I just want you to know that. You got great energy.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm excited for the project. The song On and On, Tory Lanez, Hood Celebrity.
Yes, video coming soon.
Soon coming. You was in Belize too. How was that?
Yeah, I was in Belize.
With Shine.
Yes.
He's like the ambassador.
It was very interesting. It's like get off the airport and Shine picks you up from the airport.
That's
awesome.
You know,
he's a music ambassador out there. He's actually working on a documentary. He told me so. It's going to be interesting. But no, he's doing what he can, especially for music out there. And we were doing a concert. One of my friends is from Belize, and her cousin was murdered, and they were doing some awareness behind it. Mm-hmm. And so we went out there to support her and also to support Belize Music Week, and it was incredible. I did my first time there. Only had a couple days, but it's not far. Like from Miami, the flight coming back was only like an hour and a half.
Get that off, bro.
You don't even realize that it's not. It's like right there. So I want to go back definitely and do some exploring in the Keys and stuff like that. But no, it was a great time. It was
dope.
Great. It was great. Great energy.
Make sure you keep up with Megan's endeavors and
follow
her
me on the gram.
Hot 97.
Megan Ryte.
Let them know where they can follow you at.
Megan Ryte. That's MEGANRYTE. Stream my song.
Do it.
Wherever.
Add it.
Just listen, add it, download it, buy it. Joey gonna be playing it. If you don't play it, please tweet me, Instagram me, DM me, be like, I didn't hear Joey playing your record, so I can give him a call.
And then she'll call me, start yelling at me like, yo, what the hell?
On the hotline, I'm gonna be like, hello, patch me in.
Megan, love, baby. Appreciate you rocking out.
Appreciate you.